The Colossus of Rhodes, the giant who watched the sea. There was once a time when a giant of bronze stood at the edge of the world. He did not speak. He did not move. But he watched, day and night, over the harbor of Rhodes, his eyes fixed on the horizon, where war once came and peace now reigned. This is the story of the Colossus of Rhodes, a monument to freedom, forged in fire, and broken by the earth, but never forgotten. Off the southwestern coast of Asia Minor, where the Aegean Sea sparkled like sapphire, lay the island of Rhodes. It was a place of olive trees and golden temples, ruled by the sun god Helios, whose light was said to bless the island each morning. Rhodes was not merely beautiful, it was powerful. In the 4th century BCE, it became a center of trade, philosophy, and naval strength. But then came war. In 305 BCE, Demetrius I of Macedon, son of one of Alexander the Great's generals, besieged the city with a vast army and terrifying siege engines. For a year, the people of Rhodes held their ground, brave, united, and unbreakable. When Demetrius finally withdrew, leaving behind his massive weapons of war, the people of Rhodes vowed to honor their protector, Helios. The Rhodians melted down the bronze left by the invaders and summoned the greatest sculptor of the age, Chares of Lindos, a student of Lysippus, Alexander's personal sculptor. His task? To create a statue of Helios, god of the sun, that would rise as high as the sky itself. Chares said, "We will not simply honor Helios, we will become the light." And so began the greatest sculpture project of the ancient world. The statue took 12 years to build. A stone skeleton was erected first. Then sheets of hammered bronze were cast and riveted over it. Massive stones were placed inside to stabilize the structure. Ramps and scaffolding rose around it like a cocoon. Though often imagined straddling the harbor, as later legends suggest, historians believe the Colossus stood beside the entrance, not across it, with one hand shading his eyes, the other holding a torch or spear. When completed, the Colossus stood over 100 feet tall, nearly as high as the Statue of Liberty from foot to crown. It was the tallest statue in the ancient world, a marvel of balance, engineering, and divine artistry. For decades, the Colossus of Rhodes stood watch over the harbor, glinting in the sun. Sailors hailed it as they entered the port. Citizens gathered at its feet to pray, to dream, to feel proud. Poets wrote of it, artists painted it, philosophers used it as a metaphor for balance between man and the gods. Helios became more than a deity, he became a symbol of freedom, resilience, and the unity of Rhodes. It is said that when the light hit the statue just right, its shadow reached into the sea, as if the god himself were blessing every traveler who passed. But even gods of bronze cannot withstand the wrath of the earth. In 226 BCE, just 56 years after it was completed, a massive earthquake struck Rhodes. The city shook. Buildings crumbled. And the Colossus, the proud guardian of the harbor, snapped at the knees and fell. The statue broke into massive pieces, scattering across the harbor. Yet, out of reverence, the Rhodians did not rebuild it. The Oracle of Delphi warned against it, claiming the gods were displeased. The pieces remained, and even falling, the statue was still a wonder. Tourists from across the ancient world came to see it. One writer said that even lying down, the finger of the Colossus was larger than most statues. For 800 years, the ruins lay on the shores of Rhodes, until 654 AD, when Arab invaders arrived. They melted the bronze and sold it as scrap, 900 camel loads of metal carried away to Syria. The Colossus was gone. Nothing remained. No drawing. No statue. Only stories. And yet, the name, Colossus, lives on, to describe anything of massive size or power. From Rome to New York, monuments would be inspired by the long-lost god of Rhodes. Even though the statue fell, the idea it represented did not. The idea that from war can come art. That from struggle can come beauty. That even an island, alone in the sea, can create something that the world will never forget. In recent years, some have dreamed of rebuilding the Colossus, as a museum, as a cultural beacon, as a reminder that we can rise again. Because the real Colossus was never just bronze and stone. It was hope made visible, freedom made tall, and the light of Helios, caught in the hands of men. Let us remember the Colossus not by how it fell, but by how it rose. A wonder of the world, born from war, forged in unity, and remembered in legend. The giant who watched the sea.